Hi everybody, it's Christina Aguilar from SERVPRO of Lower Manhattan, Hoboken, and Union City, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about being prepared. I want to show you that all the things that you and your family will need to make just a basic disaster-ready supply kit. Now, September happens to be the National Preparedness Month, and SERVPRO is very proud to be part of the advocacy coalition for that. So, what do you need to be prepared? Well, your first and most important thing is water. You actually need 1 gallon per person for at least 3 days. You're also going to need some sort of non-perishable food. Cans or, crackers, whatever that is for your family is what your family likes. These are just some basic things. Now, if you have infants, babies, you also want to consider bringing them some jars of baby food. Again, you want to have enough supply for 3 days. You also want to make sure that you bring a can opener, even if you have the handy pop tops, because these sometimes malfunction, and you definitely want to have one of these on board. Another thing that you're going to need to definitely have for sanitation, because you may not have running water during this disaster. So in case that happens, you'll be unable to flush your toilet. So if you need to for sanitation, you can use some of these wet wipes to cleanse yourself. These are good for the whole body in the private area as opposed to the wet ones, which are just pretty much for your hands. So these are really the ones that you want to get. Just some good old-fashioned basic toilet paper, and then some really heavy-duty trash bags, really heavy-duty, to contain everything, once you've used these to sanitize yourself. These are also good because you can turn them over, cut a hole in the middle, cut a hole on each side, and wear it as a bit of a poncho. Another thing you're going to need, because you may not have electricity, is you're going to need as many flashlights and as many batteries for the flashlights as you can possibly get. Another thing you might need in case of a disaster is a protective mask. Really, the kind you want to get is an N95 if you have a little bit of extra cash, but if you get desperate, these will work just fine. These were only 99 cents at Walmart, and you have no idea how much these will help you. Just keep the nastiness out of your lungs. You gotta breathe. Another thing that will help you is a whistle. If a house is to collapse, perhaps rescuers can't see you, but they might be able to hear you if you have this right on you. Another thing that you're going to need is just a basic first aid kit. It doesn't need to be, crazy. It doesn't need to be one to protect your whole community, but it should be a little more than the one you might just keep in your purse for soccer practice. This one right here actually has 85 pieces. It has everything from Band-Aids to tongue depressors to gauze. Another thing you're going to want to have is some sort of a radio, so you know what's going on with the disaster. Is help coming your way? Is help a long ways away? This happens to be a hand crank radio. That's really the one that we recommend. This one works with batteries as well as the hand crank. It has a radio as well as an LED flashlight. What's good about the hand crank is that if you run out of batteries, you're not going to run out of juice, and you can crank this. Another thing that you might want to consider having is something so you can shelter in. Now, to shelter in, you actually need a bit of a tarp or plastic sheeting and some good old-fashioned duct tape. Now, there's many different kinds of duct tape now. Fancy. I've seen ones with like duckies on them. So if you feeling fancy, get the ducky ones. If you need some more information, you don't know how to shelter in, ready.gov will give you that information. Another thing that actually SERVPRO can provide for our community and for our clients is something called the Ready folder. This is nice and bright, and you can use this folder to keep all of your important documents, and then in the event of a disaster, you just look into your filing cabinet, pull it out, put it in your disaster supply bag, and go. Another thing that SERVPRO has for our community and for our clients is the SERVPRO Ready app. The Ready app is amazing. It helps you you can take pictures of inventory, everything in your home. You can write down a description. You can write down the approximate value of everything. It's a really good app. You will wonder what you did without it, I promise. Another thing that we actually give out to our community is these. This is a water shutoff, and this is a gas shutoff. This just helps you in the event of emergency, and you're like, oh my goodness, where are these things? It just helps it be more visible. You're definitely going to want to have just some basic tools on you. These are some needle nose pliers and a wrench. These will help you turn your utilities on or off. Okay guys, that is pretty much all you need to make a disaster preparedness kit. Just a basic one. You don't need to spend a lot of money to protect yourself and your family. But don't worry. If anything horrible happens, a disaster comes, we're here for you and we'll take care of it all. So give us a call. 201-424-9219. Talk to you soon. Bye.